We're live.
I know. Alright, this is sound check, sound check, sound check. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go until we are live here. It's Portugal and Greece in the preliminary games here. I don't know, is this working? Are we in stereo? Hopefully we are. This is Chris. I am continuing to test the microphone from on high. I'm looking down at a very concerned Justin Coet, who is trying to figure out if we are in fact in stereo or not. Can anyone hear me? I do not know. We are going to continue to do these tests until Justin tells me to stop, which is weird because I normally don't take orders from Justin, but I guess that's what we're doing today because they're in Buffalo at the Riverworks facility here in Buffalo, New York for the 2023 World Masters Championship here from the ISBHF. Chris Blair brought to you by Memory to Video Productions. Part of the whole team here. Day one of preliminary action. Men's and women's tournaments going on all week long. And catch us for the finals this weekend. I'm really going to have to be reliant on the numbers for the Greek team because, of course, they don't use the Roman alphabet. So I'm glad we have that. I'm less glad that we have the right numbers for the Greek goaltenders. So I need to check on that.
We're peeking. We think we fixed that part.
Okay.
I'll still not sure if this area. Hold on.
Okay. Yes. And we are testing again here. Again, it's Chris Blair with Many Video Productions in Buffalo, New York, covering the ISBHF World Championship Masters. There's 3 minutes to go before we start this game between Portugal and Greece. And we are continuing to do tests to make sure that the audio is properly balanced. Joey Delgado, Anjanae Rieger, Chris Blair, Justin Coet, and company here. Live from the Crow's Nest. On high. We're working?
It worked.
All right.
I figured it would. Guess my degree was for something, right? Oh. I need to know, and I texted him too. I don't. The names and numbers for Greece's goalies don't line up with what was on the website. Well, okay. I don't know that he's gonna be able to help you because he was bitching about that earlier. He told me that he was the guy to come to if that was something. When did he say that to you? Today or today? So, and he sent me the rosters and gave me all this stuff. I was like, I don't have goalies. He's like, oh, that'll be easy enough to get.
But was this before he started announcing? Because once he started announcing, he got really upset about this.
Yeah, it was before he started announcing.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay, well, it all depends on who it is, because I have one of them, I don't have both of them. There's no 31 on their roster.
Is it impossible to read their last names on their jerseys?
Yes, because it's literally in Greek, which isn't the Roman alphabet, which is what we use. I'm hot the entire time. But I noticed.
And his dad will be watching, and I think if you can work it in,
He's getting his hot. I figured.
All right, hockey fans, welcome. It's Chris Blair here with Memory to Video Productions, bringing you the action here at the ISBHF 2023 World Masters Championship, and we're underway. Greece and Portugal. This is Portugal's second game of the tournament so far. Greece is first, and the Portuguese get into the zone right away, but coming across the other direction is Gingras, who lost it before he could gain the zone for Greece. Now along the left-hand side, seeing some speed here right away. Portugal picks it back up in the other direction. Pacheco just going to dump that one down into the corner. Picked up by Karvouniaris. Sends that one into the middle. They just barely offside. Thought for a second maybe they had it, but it looked like it was just a step. So the first 30 seconds gone here in this game between Greece and Portugal. For those just joining us, the Portuguese absolutely dominated Great Britain 8-1 in the opener of this tournament. And it wasn't just a hat trick. Ricardo Pires with a 5-point game, 4 goals and an assist. So look for number 19 for Portugal to be a major, major threat. We knew he was going to be a big-time deal, but definitely putting his stamp on this tournament early with a 5.4 goal effort in that first game against Great Britain. That one's going to go all the way down, but it was touched, so there will be no icing. Collected in Greece's end. Slowing things down a little bit. Taking a look. Trying to spread things out, going a little bit laterally. Barbas can't gain the zone. Nice stick work there by Costa. I'm sorry, that's not Costa. That was Monteiro, who had a monster game against Great Britain as well. Number 80. He was on our radar coming into this tournament, so we know to watch for him. Pacheco on the other side. That one just going wide. Chasing after it is Gouveia. That one, Pacheco can't handle it, and Greece coming back in the other direction. They gain the zone with a quick shot and turned away. Nice save there by Arruda. First touch by the Portuguese netminder. Getting that one in the middle. He's just going to clamp down on that one. Continsis sending that one just off the heel of his stick and easily gets covered up by Arruda.
Yeah, there's no 31 on their roster. So there's a couple players on Greece's roster that usually play that aren't on their roster.
10 minutes, 21 seconds here in the first period. Of course, we have 12-minute periods here, so keep an eye on that as we go forward. And that one just in front! That one looked like it got caught in the ankle, almost, of Marcelo Arruda. Hangs on to that. We're just going to reset and do it again along the near side. Set to take this draw is Michael Barbas for Greece in the offensive zone. That one tangled up, has to help out. Nice work with the feet. Continsis try to get that one on. There's a quick chance! Just going wide along the left-hand side. Good pressure there by Mutafis. Portugal under some pressure, tries to bank that one up against the glass. Pushed back in by Barbas. And they get that swing deep, and it's onside. Martins has to get to it first, and he does, and rims that one all the way up and around, but it hits the netting, and it's going to go out of play. Portugal hemmed in their own zone early goings here, 9:45 of the first period. And definitely already Portugal finding out that game 2 of their tournament here is going to be a little bit different than game 1. Greece has a lot of international experience. This is actually Portugal's first time in the Masters. So they had a very impressive opening game, but now against a team with a little bit more experience, Bolognakis, number 9, offensively set to take this face-off for Greece. 9:45 in a scoreless first period. Greece's first game of the tournament. And that one worked up to the red line and held. Sent in by Bozanokis. And covered again by Arruda. Only 10 seconds tick down. Checking his equipment now. Possibly something wrong with his right pad. Seems like he's okay. And we continue on. Now a face-off on the far side. Bolognakis taking this draw again. Lined up against Verissimo. Verissimo wins the draw. That one rimmed around by Lubo. Now along the near side and held to the red line by Greece. Lubo has to make a play. Not a lot of room there along the boards, but they do manage to get it out. Chip to himself. Running after it is Verissimo, but he doesn't beat the icing in time, and this one's going to come all the way back down. Greece is going to be able to get a change, and Portugal isn't. You always got to watch for these. It's a tired Portuguese team here in the early going. And very smart by Greece to be able to take advantage of the icing and get the change. They want to hurry up and get this draw right away. A little bit of a false start on Portugal's end, so we're going to try that again. Gingras lining up against Verissimo, and Gingras wins it. Quick shot blocked there in front by Lubo. Thought about the wraparound. Second chance there in front. Just staying on the outside and a backhander from behind the net. That one's still challenging. Nice foot speed there by Gingras. Now in front, makes the move, and he scores! Tucks it in on the near side. Forehand, backhanded. Greece is on the board. 1-0. Sick pair of mitts. And Greece takes the lead. Wait for the official call, but I think that was Joseph Barbas who's going to get it. Either way, what an opening to their tournament. It's been all Greece so far in the opening first few minutes. Portugal knocked back on their heels. Let's see if they respond. Pires, he had a monster game against Great Britain. Let's see if he can continue it. Pacheco picks it up along the corner and they cycle. He works it up and sends it back down for Pires. Textbook cycle. Good job there. Well read by Greece, and they managed to contain and work it out. Assadi can get it out.
Calm it down. Calm it down.
Still under pressure, directing traffic there behind the net is Barbas. Slowing things down. Barbas sends it back now behind the net. Nice lead pass, but hits him in the heel. In the other direction, Roca lost it. Left-hand side, tries the center, went all the way through on the other end, and he scores! Couldn't tell if that deflected off the blocker or off the stick or possibly went 5-hole. Took a weird bounce, but it found its way behind Arruda, and it's 2-0 Greece. Impressive beginning here. Based on the celebration, it looks like it was Bobby Dormises. 8:15 here in the first period, and Greece are up 2-0. Waiting for the official scoring play. Portugal has it off the face-off at center. Pounded in by Gouveia. Tried to follow up, and they couldn't. And that one just jumping over the stick of Criador, the captain. Christopher Criador sends it around. Monteiro, he had a big game against Great Britain as well. A lot of praise for Monteiro from his coach and GM. Let's see what he can do here. 7:45 left to go in the first period. 2-0 Greece to start things off. Portugal just trying to settle things down and see if they can get back into a rhythm. They looked very comfortable in game one, but it's a long tournament, and that one didn't miss by much, possibly kissing just off the right-hand side of the post. Arruda not messing around. He clamps down on that one and holds. .24 left to go. Bolanikis taking another offensive zone face-off, matching him against Ruha. Bolanikis wins it. Now bouncing around along the half wall. Tried to send that one up. Portugal backed off into their end again. Greece gets to it first along the right-hand side. That airmailed right up into the netting, possibly ramping up off a stick and out of play here with 7:07. But so far, it has been all Greece, and it hasn't even been close. Portugal just needs to get a little bit of control here and slow things down. It has just been constant waves of pressure from Greece in the early going. Ruha won the draw, but there was a whistle possibly for a false start, so we'll reset and try again as 2 ticks fall off the clock. And we go once more. Ruha helps that one out, gets it down into the corner, and they send it down. And throws it, and we'll reset. Face-off one forward, and a slam dunk goal! They do it again, just on the other side! Gingras beats Arruda just beyond his right toe. Drove that one forward off the face-off and puts it in. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the first period, and Greece jumps out to an impressive 3-0 lead, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. Back to the point. Face-off won by Greece, and here they come again. Barbas gain the zone. They play with that one along the blue line. Back to Karvouniaris. Left-hand side, just past Karvouniaris' stick. Handled by Barbas. Takes a look, tries to get a screen going. Just going to send that one on the shot pass. Picked up right outside the crease by Karvouniaris. Couldn't make it happen. Now Barbas has it again. They have to tag up, though. Portugal doing at least a little bit to pressure on the back end. But possession continues to be a problem. They block that pass, but it doesn't go. Now behind the net. Stavru. Slowing it down for Greece. Nice pass ahead. They gain the line. Big shot from outside. Big save and a rebound. Where is it? Eventually it finds its way underneath the pads. Arruda hangs on. Big save when they needed it. 5:45 left to go here in the first. Greece leading 3-0. They tried to win it ahead again. Didn't quite work out for him. Pereira back for Portugal. Moved that one to Azevedo. Another player who had a big game one. It's the first time we've said his name. Pires lifts that one high, and a bouncer for Pacheco, and he just can't beat the icing one stride away. That's a frustrating one because you start to empty the tank a little bit, and now not only did you not make it to keep the play alive, but now you're a little bit tired as he takes his time getting back to the circle, and I don't blame him. Now he kicks into a jog and walks his way back. On the other end, Michael Barbas for Greece, lining up across from Pacheco. Pacheco directing traffic, telling his men where to be. Tied up and helped out by Azevedo. Doesn't matter. Greece goes back on the attack. Even outmanned to keep the cycle alive. Down into the corner, pits that one right into the middle, and a bouncer almost found its way to Arruda. Roca gives a push. Back on their heels once again. Portugal scrambling. Trying to get it out. Pires can't escape. Now Pereira stops up, forced to retreat. Pacheco along the near side just by the red line, but they still haven't gained the zone. Pires sends it in. Azevedo can't get to it in time. And Foty Moshonas. One of the first defensive touches by the Greek goalie. He's come out to play the ball a couple of times, but hasn't really been challenged to actually make a save. But we've seen in some of these other games, in spite of the lopsided final scores, most of these have been blowouts in the early going, every now and then you catch a cold goalie. You just never know when that random floater from the center is going to beat him. So you want to make sure, if you're Portugal, that you are testing him. Because he hasn't been tested much here in the first half of the first period. That one skittered by. Now along the near side. Portugal starting to move the ball around well. Pacheco came after that one. Icing. Ooh, I thought he may have touched it with his hand there. They say no. Pontes gets back, gets the touch, and sends this one in for another offensive face-off for Portugal. This is exactly the kind of shift that they wanted. Monteiro along the left point. Gouveia next to Pacheco. Pacheco wins it right back to the captain. Nice shot there by Creador, blocked. But they still possess. Right-hand side drives Nice job, lowers the shoulder. In front, turns, oh, what a huge save! Best save of the game so far from Moshonas. Tsatsaronis couldn't get out. His team still with it. Punted underneath by Bozinoko.
Yep.
A little bit of a slash there by Monteiro, and the Greek bench up in arms about it. Now a shove by Creador. Right between the legs, and here comes Greece. Left-hand side. Slows this one up, and a bouncer. 3:20 left to go in the first period. Greece up 3-0. Chasing after this one. No icing. Stavru gets to it. Sending that one over for Gingras. Gingras has it behind the net, and he's going to work it out. Long lead pass. That wasn't even close to connecting. Like the idea, maybe. But now his team has to do that walk of shame back into their own end. No change for Portugal, though. They like who they have out there with 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Oroja wins that face-off. Not cleanly, but he's got it. Left-hand side. Trying to build some momentum for his team. They've looked better in the last couple minutes than they did in the early going. Karvouniaris tried to lead the attack for Greece and got slowed up. Right in front of the scorer's bench. Across the red line. Sent forward. Gingras. He's been a major catalyst for this Greek offense so far. 2.5 to play, first period. Oroja settles that one and sends it around. Rabi Oroja. More bodies come together. A little bit of a shot. Not enough to force a penalty, but definitely keep an eye on Portugal and see how chippy things get here in the second period. Still 2:15 left to go in the first. Picked up along the red line by Assadi. Big push. Again, we're going to see more of that, I think. Blue liners for Greece changing behind the play. They had to scramble to get back in time. 2-on-2. Pacheco gains the zone. Costa gets into it, uses his body. Protecting. Still alive for Portugal now. Smartly kicked back to the point. Has to hold it to the red line. And that one bouncing. Now Pacheco. You hear the bass drum. That's Portugal. They're trying to build. Coming back in the other direction is Greece. Argiris along the left-hand side and kick back in the other direction. 1.5 to go, first period. Thought about the wraparound, didn't have a lane. Now he just walks it back. Sent to the point, and another big shove. And this one is going to get called. He's holding his face. Moshonas gets out. The Kuto was slowing things up, but the Greek player still down after that shove against the boards. And I told you, Portugal's physical play was ramping up, and he is in some serious discomfort. Let's see here. He's slow to get back to his feet as his teammates rally around him. 1:09 left to go here. Hang on. I thought the penalty was for the shot against the boards. Is that Greek player still slow to get to his feet, but he is walking away under his own power. Got to get a clear look of who that is. Up on the board, the penalty says that it's against Marcelo Arruda. It's number 39 for Greece. In some discomfort. Either way, it's 5-on-4 right now. 2 minutes up on the board. 1:09 left to go in the period. 3-0. Carl Gingras wins the draw for his team as they set up on the power play. Argiris. Back for Gingras. Sets it up. Over for Argiris. That one right in between the legs. Almost had something happen there in front. They managed to kick it out. Pereira pressuring. That may have cost him. Now he's got to get back. More shoulders come together. That ball was almost loose. Big shove by Roca. Got to be careful. Left-hand side. Picked up in front. And now the short-handed opportunity, maybe. That's definitely what they're looking for. Here comes Portugal. They gain the line. Pires. Behind the net. 2-on-2. Back to the point. Roca gets to it first. Mishandled it. Pereira does manage to get back. 20 seconds left to go in the period. Azevedo. Stick handles around two players. Azevedo. Short-handed. Pires in front. Oh, what a nice block. Huge block there. Bozanokas. That was big. Just as the horn sounds, that could have been real dangerous. And you know Portugal would have loved to have that shorty. As it stands, they've got 51 seconds left to kill on the minors. We take a 5-minute intermission. First period in the books here. Greece up 3-0 over Portugal.
What's that? Not right now. I should have some color later in the week. I'm used to riding solo though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How we doing? Hey, I'll take it.
Teams return and switch sides after the break. Another 12 minutes up on the board. Portugal still with 51 seconds left to kill in that minor they took at the end of the period as they stare down a 3-0 hole and finding Greece to be a very different opponent than Great Britain was this morning. They opened the tournament with an 8-1 banger against the Brits. This is Greece's tournament opening game. Roca sends that one down, healed it a little bit off the face-off, but it counts as a clear nonetheless, so we can all say that that's what he meant to do. Greece has numbers as they flip it in on the power play. Sent around by Pereira. Big bump there by Gouveia. Comes right into the goaltender. Behind the net, had to look for it. Wasn't sure where it was. Still on the kill. But Portugal is showing they're not afraid to try to make something happen shorthanded. We'll see. Greece gains the zone and almost lost it right at the red line. Sent back in. They set up. A little bit of an umbrella. There's a shot that hits the post. Great look there by Assadi. And Portugal get the clear. And that's going to do it. Penalty is over. We're back to 5 aside. 1 minute gone here in the second period. 3-0, but picked up in a 2-on-1. Across. And again. Scores! The give and go 2-on-1. Pires and Monteiro play catch and deposit one in the back of the net. Portugal's on the board. What a play. And it just goes to show how quickly a mistake can end up in the back of your net. A failed clear, and you gave it to exactly the two worst people. Perfectly executed 2-on-1. Nothing Moshonas could have done about that. And Portugal starts the the second period exactly the way they wanted to. Monteiro trying to get something going again. Azevedo takes a look. These three were real big in their first game. Let's see what they can do here. Greece trying to respond. Pires flips one high, glove down. Azevedo couldn't connect. Shot from outside. That deflecting and changing. Destounis comes on and forechecks, but couldn't get to it. And Azevedo makes a move as his players change behind play. He's got Boudreau underneath. He's just going to take a look. Nice little give and go. He's going to stay out there. Azevedo on the backhand. Turns and sends someone on a little bit of a spin. Creador sends that one deflected. Still high. Moshonas didn't know where it was. That could have been dangerous for Greece. And hang on. All of a sudden, Portugal looking like a different team here in the second period. 2 and change gone here in the second. And now it's a 2-goal deficit. Greece going to need to respond quickly here, or they might lose all the momentum they built in the first. Oroja back for Martins. Portugal continuing to pressure here. Power play's over, but they've got possession, something they struggled with in the first period. Oroja sending it down in the other direction. Robbie for Daniel. More bodies come together in the near side corner. And here comes Greece with speed. Lost it in the feet. Karvouniaris couldn't. Now on the other side, Greece. Now their chance for a 2-on-1. Arruda hurried. Oh, and that was a slam dunk opportunity. Back door wide open. Just couldn't handle that hot pass. Pacheco gets bumped. Bozanokis has it now behind the net, and he's going to send that one up. Assadi. Nice move, Assadi. Takes a shot, and a great stick by Azevedo defensively to block that one. Completely nullified it. Ubo. Across from Azevedo. I'm not sure if he's still out there or if he's already on his next shift, as that one goes off the shins of it. Argiris. 8:20 here in the second period after a dominant first by Greece that saw them run out to a 3-0 lead. Arruda forced to play it as Portugal trying to gain some momentum here in the second. Player went down, hand went up. It's going to be a penalty, maybe 2. I think they might just call the 1. It's a trip, but that almost certainly erased a scoring opportunity in front of Arruda. So Argiris going to sit for a pair, but if it means that kept the goal off the score sheet at the end of this one, he's going to say, you know what, I'll take it. But in order for that to really count, now his team has some work to do. They've got to kill this one. And a goal by Greece would get them right back in the driver's seat where they were for the entire first 12. Gingras, major force in the first period, and he's got it again. Walks the red line. Back in the other direction. Now they set it up. Nice ball movement. Very crisp. Bozanokis just almost out of his reach, and he has it. That shot goes wide. Argiris. Bozanokis takes a look. Destounis. Back for Bozanokis at the point. Takes the shot, bouncing. Tried to set up the screen. Good look. Pereira, it's so much pressure. Moshonas came out to think about playing it, and he couldn't. He had to back off. Bozanokis. Anastasio Bozanokis, the captain. Still a lot of movement, and that one goes off the net. And all the way down. First minute killed, and now Portugal's going to try to make a change. It's the second period, so it's the lawn change. Gouveia tried to pressure. Greece using their speed. Oh, we want a save! Huge stop by Arruda with the left pad. Remember that one later. Greece still with it, though. Excellent ball and player movement here on the power play. 30 seconds left to go with a man advantage. Shot misfired and cleared. Nice job killing by Portugal. The captain, Chris Criador, telling his men where to be along that blue line as he defends in front of his net. This one sent around by Greece. Assadi gets it behind the net. They give it go! Nice little crisscross player movement. Someone lost a mitt. That's going to do it. Penalty is over. Ball is loose behind the net. Can Portugal do something with it? The bass drum intensifies on the backhand, and oh, what a stop! And the hand is up. Is this a Portuguese power play? I think it may be. A killer save by Foty Moshonas. I thought for sure he was beat. Michael Barbas will sit, though. The pendulum continues to swing in Portugal's favor. 5:42 here in the second period. And it has been an entirely different period than the first. 3-1 your score. Greece still nursing the lead they built in the first, but now staring down a very different Portugal. This looks much more like the team that pasted Great Britain in Game 1. Azevedo and Pires are out there. Pires takes the shot. Moshonas, big stop. Bozanokis pressured into his own end. Pereira, nice little touch pass to Monteiro. Pereira fakes it. Pires. Down. Quick shot and a blocker save. Dialed in. Moshonas looks good. Pires. They're not going to give up. First 30 seconds gone here on the power play. Portugal still on the attack. Big shot and another stop. They're shelling him. The Greek penalty killers look tired. They're just kind of standing still. 5 left to go in the period. Pereira. Pires fumbled it. Still got it. Pereira. He's got to look. No one's in front. There's a shot and off the end boards. Greece desperately needs a clear here. They've got it in the corner, but he's on his backhand, and they don't get it out. 1 minute gone. It's been all Portugal. Azevedo. He takes a look. They got to get someone in front. Pereira. Now they can do it. Oh, and an errant pass. Greece has it. They're going to desperately try to make a change. That's what they need. That blast goes high. Monteiro, first one on it. Pereira gains the line. Only a partial change for Greece. Pires takes the shot in front. Second chance, and it stays out. 30 seconds left on the power play. 4:10 in the period. The bass drum continues. Portugal pressing here. Just the one clear for Greece. Oh, cross, and he healed it. Oh, absolutely feeling betrayed by the stick. Fred Pereira, not pleased. That was the shot they wanted. He just didn't get all of it. 17 seconds left to go with the extra man. You really feel like they need to cash in here, and it feels almost inevitable because, man, if they don't, what a push for Greece. Bend, not break. They win it. The pounding continues. Martins back to the half wall. Nunez thinks about it. Martins has to fumble. Here comes Greece on the breakaway. Off the crossbar. Oh, no, it's in. They're going to call that one a goal. I thought for sure it hit the crossbar. They're saying he roofed it. 4 seconds left on the penalty. Says it's a shorthanded goal. Karl Gingras makes it 4-1. Oh, what a break. All that energy, all that pressure, all that momentum. Moshonas stood tall. He was getting hammered. The penalty killers were exhausted. And a huge shorthanded goal off a mistake. Fumbled at the red line. That's it. Penalty's over. Greece is back. 5 aside, and they come away +1 off that penalty kill. That's about as good as you can do it. Nunez, they still want something. This game far from over. 3.5 left to go in the second. But Greece not only weathered the storm, but they got that 3-goal lead back. Martin sends that one up the wall. Finds a Greek player first. Shot. And Arruda hangs on. Greece getting their feet back under him. Remember that penalty kill. Absolutely monumental. Not just because of the shorty, but man, did it feel like an inevitability that Portugal was going to make it happen, and they just couldn't find a way to solve Moshonas. I really thought they had him dead to rights there. About 3 or 4 big saves in that sequence. Extended zone time, tired penalty killers, and man, you just can't cash in. It ends up in the back of your net, and that one's got to hurt. Still 3:15 left to go in the second period. Very curious to see how Portugal responds, but Greece back in the driver's seat of this one. And they've got possession again. Takes a look. There's a shot. Took a weird bounce off some feet in front. That was Bolanikis. Azevedo gains the line. Oh, no, he didn't. Perez with a little bit of a stutter step. He knew it, too. He made a little bit of a move. Azevedo made a little bit of a move, both at the same time at the blue line. Not quite in sync. So the official's going to halt that advance. 2:55 left to go here, second period. Greece up 4-1. Pacheco wins the faceoff cleanly. And Portugal, they're just going to send it in. Gloved by Moshonas. No problem there. 5 seconds tick off, and we'll do it again, this time inside the zone. No changes. Why not? Nelson Pacheco. He's got Azevedo and Pires on his right. Corredor right behind him. But in order for that play to work, you got to win the draw. They ended up with it. Maybe not how they wanted to, but they got it. Azevedo behind the net. He's got Pires with him. Using his big frame to shield the ball. Nice work. He's trying to create some space. Being well defended. Zips that one almost to no one. Corredor found it. And that one found the net. Not sure. The Greek players arguing for something. As Payam Assadi. Not sure what they were arguing for. Maybe just saying it was off of Creador cleanly, and that's why it's out of the zone. Probably. Danny Pacheco wins that one forward. Creador's got it. And offside again. That one by more than a step. Monteiro with about 2 or 3 body lengths inside the blue line before that ball came in. 2:23, second period. We'll try again, now just on this side. Pacheco trying to tell his people where to go. Again, doesn't matter. Bozanakis has it off another Greek face-off win. Gouveia, good stick. Moshona not content to settle this one. He wants to keep it going. Makes sense. Greece likes their speed game and they want possession. If it's a 50-50 face-off, give your team the ball and trust their speed, and he does. Pacheco couldn't stop it in front, but now he does. A little bit of a fumble behind the back. Pacheco flips it high, no icing. It's on Moshonas, and Gouveia gets the face-off that his team wants. Minute 49 here in the second period. Still 4-1 Greece. But a much better showing here in the second period by Portugal regardless. You can't help but wonder, though, if the score doesn't change, that gives you 12 minutes to erase 3 goals. For Greece, they may have learned a lesson here, I think, after a dominant first period. So for them to survive this second with the same lead does not bode well for Portugal. Because then Greece already knows how to clamp it down. I think they turn it back on like they did in the first, and this could be dangerous. 100 seconds left to go in the second period. Portugal trying to get back on that horse. They looked so good early on in this one. Roca, offside. The ball was behind the blue, but his feet weren't. And just these offsides and icings just showing Portugal just a little bit out of step. They looked so good on that power play, too. It's unfortunate they weren't able to make something happen. The resilience of Greece showing through. They survived. They came out of it ahead. Michael Barbas set to win this draw, and he does. And they go right back on the attack. Joseph Barbas gets it in. Shot. Good look there by Mutafis. Barbas has to make a move quick. That one goes across the red. They have to tag up. No problem. Greece still possessing. Stavru has it again behind the net. Chris Stavru along the near side boards. Final minute here in the second period. In front, hang on! Great opportunity. Couldn't make anything happen. Pereira couldn't stop it. In the other direction. Barbas, second shot. Oh, man, it was behind Arruda. No! Nets off. First big save. Didn't see if he got a piece of the second one, but it took an awkward bounce. It just went up and floated behind him. Easily could have found its way into an unguarded net. It stays out. It stays 4-1. John Bolanakis and Daniel Roja clashing in that one. Portugal's got it. Banks this one along the near side boards, but too much traffic couldn't make it happen. Roja, 20 seconds left to go in the period. LeBeau came in contact. Final chance maybe. Last 10 go down. Moshonas not going to tempt fate this time, as Portugal had numbers and speed coming in. He's going to hang on with 7.4 left to go here in the second. Face-off is going to be critical here. Last chance of the period. And if Portugal can get a play here, you know they want to. Pacheco. Ooh. Pires clashing sticks. Wins it back. Monteiro got the shot. That was the play they wanted. He went short side low. Just didn't find the daylight they were looking for, but a good set play ends up empty as teams retire aside. 2 periods in the books. 4-1. Greece on top over Portugal. We take our second intermission, and we'll be back with the third period. That'll do it for the second intermission. Third period underway. Greece leading Portugal 4-1. And hang on! Oh, never mind! Monteiro! 6 seconds in! Make it 4-2! They started the second period just the way they wanted to. Now they started the third in the same fashion. Can they keep it up? Portugal comes out on fire here. 6 seconds in off the face-off. Monteiro makes it 4-2. Down into the corner. Pereira, first one on it. Under pressure, but it's Azevedo instead. Out of play. Jumping right out for the early goal. Not quite so fast in the second period, but we saw something similar. I wondered, depending on where the momentum would take us, if Greece was able to regain the dominant form they had in the first, or if Portugal had found their feet. Really, the question to me was, how devastating would that shorthanded goal against in the second period be for Portugal? They're shot out of a cannon right now. First 30 seconds, but Greece has it. Walking it along the goal line. Now it's in feet. Azevedo defending. Monteiro got a stick on it, and Azevedo broke it up. Pereira, backhand to nowhere. Never a great idea, and Gingras got it. Big hit. And Portugal, they haven't gained the zone yet. Oh, that was so close to offside. Monteiro, it's a shot! That one looked like it was wired to the back of the net, but no. Bounces harmlessly off the end boards, and another giveaway makes for a 3-on-2 for Greece. Azevedo, he's all over the floor. Defending, attacking. Now he's setting one up. Pereira lost that one in his feet, and here it comes the other direction. Karvouniaris. Gouveia on the backhander. To who else but Azevedo? He's literally everywhere right now. Pacheco's got it. That one clashing with sticks. Throwing the body around. He gets some help. Everyone tying up trying to find it. It's in feet. Karvouniaris got it out. And Gingras off his stick finds that one up and over the scorekeeper's bench. 10-10 here in the third period. This looks to be a very physical ride to the finish here. Greece has a 2-goal lead right now, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. You're seeing a lot of desperation from Portugal. But we know Greece is a quick strike offense. They can do damage, and they don't need a ton of time to do it. Face-off won, though, by Portugal. They get to it first. Big shove! Oh, and that one is going to get called. The bench doesn't like it. Gouveia. He thought he was just battling hard in the corners. Pacheco arguing the call. You want to play physical. You want to ride that edge. He's still arguing, Gouveia. Sorry, buddy, it's not going to work. I have yet to see an official change his mind. But you never know. Maybe you get the idea in their head. Well, Portugal's got 5 guys out there right now, so that won't do. If they're not careful, this could turn into a delay of game. Official making sure they can't make a last-second change. Pacheco still arguing it now. And we've got it sorted out. Greece has 5, Portugal has 4. 2 minutes up on the board. As number 16 takes his seat and thinks about what he did. Roca got to it but blew a tire. See if he's okay. He's slow to get up. He does not look okay. Play continues on in the other direction. Greece has it. One-timer goes wide. Roca is still down. So it's a 5-on-3 basically. Roca's got a knee injury. Portuguese fans not happy. There's a trip. Let's see. Is Creador going to get called? The trainer comes out to look at Roca, though. He went down very awkwardly. Looked to be a knee. Trying to make that play along the wall. Officials talking it out. Pires and Creador come in to check on him as well. Pacheco still talking with the official. 9:34 left here in the third period. Roca is still down, and he looks to be in some pain. Pacheco still discussing things with the official. Trainer trying to get Roca up. The captain Creador going to help him out, but he is definitely favoring that right leg. He's not bending that knee at all. I'm going to bet that his day is done. Keep an eye on him throughout the rest of the tournament, see if he comes back. And that's a tough one to go down. He's grimacing as they are slow to come off. The penalty box is open for Portugal, and Pires is heading that way. Just delivering water, maybe. Not sure what ultimately prompted the halt in play. Players give a stick salute to Roca as he comes off, still laboring. He's not taking his time. He's in pain. So we'll see. There's no other penalties up on the board, and both penalty boxes are sealed currently. So it's just Gouveia. He's got 1:32 left in his sentence. 9:34 left to go here in the third period. Portugal looking to keep their hot start alive. They're down by 2 right now. Greece wants the same hot open to their tournament that Portugal got. Gingras lost that face-off to Pires. It is 5-on-4, no other penalties assessed. So 2.5 left to go with the man advantage for Greece as they try once again to reclaim the 3-goal lead here in the third period. Gingras, big shot, Pires. Better block. There's that ball movement. We've seen it already. Saw a lot of this in the first period. Greece moving it well. Settled down by Argiris. Shot on net and cleared up by Monteiro. He's got the last goal. 6 seconds into the third. Gingras slowing things down. His team changes. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. They don't need it, but it certainly couldn't hurt. Creador on the backhand sends that one up into the half wall, and Greece eats it immediately. Gingras, that one, another shot healed. That one finds its way up into the netting from Bobby Dormises. 8:25 left to go, third period. 25 seconds left on the penalty. And should the ball not go in for Greece, then Gouveia will be allowed to return to society as a productive member. His sentence being served. 25 seconds, though, determines whether or not that is the case or he gets out early. They send it down. Moshonas comes out to greet it. Takes a look. Little one-hander. Waffled aside by Arruda. Back to the point. 3 seconds and 2. That's it for the penalty. Here comes Portugal. They stay onside. Pereira takes the shot. Rebound. Scores! Mike Gouveia! How's that for making up for a mistake time served with good behavior. He comes out of the box and gets his team within one. And it's going to be a timeout by Greece. 7:55 here in the third. Portugal's found life. Greece wants a break and does not want Portugal to have the chance to build off of that one. But man, that bench is going to be fired up. This is the danger of jumping out to such a big lead early on. If you don't continue to pour it on, like we've seen in these other games so far in this opening day of this World Masters Championship, because again, goal differential is important as a tiebreaker. If you don't continue to pour it on, you're just opening that space for the other team to crawl back in. Ladies and gentlemen, Portugal is back in this game. They answer with their own penalty kill. Not a shorthanded goal, but instead a goal from the man serving the minor. Now is not the time to get your wires crossed. Portugal trying to figure out who their third forward should be. Eventually, Daniel Roja joins them as their second unit is on. That one goes flying out of play. Off a touch. I think that may have been Barbas. 7:45. Plenty of time for both sides. Nelson Pacheco lost that faceoff. Now it's controlled by Stavru. Barbas hemmed in. Aggressive forecheck. Oh, you got to be careful with that physicality. No call that time, but if Portugal's not careful, that kind of play could come back to haunt them. Again, you want to play with an edge, but they give it away. 2-on-1. Gingras. Oh, what a save! Arruda! Kick save of the beauty, keeps it out. Net is off, and they score! Some sticks are getting smashed, some sticks are getting tapped. The pressure was too much in spite of the tremendous save by Arruda. Greece gets the 2-goal lead back. Officials are talking about it. That goal is going to stand, though. It's 5-3 Greece. The net was off, but not materially enough. That ball was going in regardless. I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about. But Portugal is still having a conversation with the officials. Obviously, they don't like how that went for a lot of reasons. You hate to squander such a great save by Arruda because that was really tremendous. But Greece snipes one home and gets the 2-goal lead back. It's 5-3. They're using some speed. Nice pass across for Argiris. He's forced to retreat. Bozanokas' pass not collected, so it's going to come back for an icing. Under 7 to go here. Third period. And it's just got to be so difficult for Portugal. You can't sustain anything. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. And for every blow that Portugal has dealt, Greece has had a counter punch of their own. That was the first time they brought it back within one. And Greece answers quite quickly. Now on the other side, Assadi gets it deep. He didn't have the red, though. So that one gets called for icing. It's going to come all the way back. Again, this is a game of opportunities. 2-goal lead is good. Not great. And you keep giving Portugal these opportunities. They're big guns. Pires, Monteiro, Azevedo, all back out there. Creador as well. And Danny Pacheco to take the draw. Pacheco gets it back to Monteiro. Shot blocked. He's still got it. Nice move. Sends it across. That one seemed like it bounced off a defender. Creedor, he's getting the business. Back down for Monteiro. Touch pass. Creedor blocks it with his face. Still got it. In the slot. That one bounces. Pacheco goes down, grabs his face. No call. We play on. Things getting real chippy down low. Another ball bouncing off a face. Argiris sends it down, and it's an icing. Yes, it is. No change for Greece. 6:01 on the clock. And as much as Portugal wants to keep those guys out there, they're tired, so they will make a change. Gouveia comes out. He got the goal coming out of the box. Daniel Aroha set to take the offensive face-off. Portugal wins it. Pereira back to the red line and hang on! Here comes Greece. It's Assadi. He didn't get the shot away, but he still got it. And at this point, you're not quite treating it like a penalty kill, but every second off the clock works in Greece's favor. They continue to lead by 2. Walks it in. Shot save. Arruda shuts the door on Michael Barbas. 5:39 left to go. Third period. Greece trying to hang on as they lead this one 5-3. They led this game 3-0 at one point. Portugal refused to lie down. They win the face-off. Oruha. The bass drum pounding again. Trying to rally their team. Greece feeling the pressure. Behind the net. Gouveia sends it across. Aroha tries to get to it. Barbas has it first. Joseph Barbas sends that one up the wall. Mutafis. He gets edged out. Aroha. Now 5 minutes to go. They gain the line, but don't control. Speed in the other direction. Nice job laying out defensively. Hang on, stick got tied up, and they're going to call that one. Pontes does not. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. They might be calling that holding the stick. I'm not sure. I thought Portugal was going to get tagged here, but no. So they get the goaltender out for some bonus time. 4.5 to go, third period. 6-on-5 with Arruda out. Monteiro picks it up at the red line. Back for Azevedo. Remember, Greece has burned their timeout, but Portugal still has theirs. Greece gets the touch. It's going to be a roughing call. I think Greece is still a little confused as Michael Barbas is forced to sit. Special teams continues to be big. Not just in this game, but in this tournament. Door gets slammed by Greece. Careful you don't get an unsportsmanlike there. But we knew that Portugal felt good about their power play. They had quite a few against Great Britain. I want to say they had 4. And Greece trying to sneak a change. Something happened with the scoreboard for a second. It said that Greece had 20. A little bit of a correction there as they try to bring that back down into the line. But in the meantime, good eye by the official to prevent that stealth change. Greece was trying to get somebody off. Didn't happen. Portugal with an offensive zone face-off here on the power play. 2 minutes up on the penalty. 4 minutes and just a little bit left in the period. Pires gets to it. Ricardo Pires had 5 points against Great Britain. They're going to look for him to see if they can cause some damage. That one took an awkward bounce. Karam's in off the dasher. And Foty Moshonas forced to play that one. 15 seconds go away. Portugal gets to try again. Along the left-hand side here. Gingras and Pacheco. Both of them false starting twice. There we go. Gingras got it. Back for Bozanokas. And he gets it down. Arruda left it behind. Wants his team to come out, and they do. 2-on-1. Pacheco. Shot. Save. Rebound. And covered. Good opportunity. Moshonas up to the task. He falls on that one and freezes it. Buck 26 left on the power play and 3:35 in the game. Greece still up by 2. For a team that's led the entire time, it's felt tenuous. And that's to take nothing away from Greece. Greece are clearly a very good team. Portugal are just showing their teeth and they refuse to die. Azevedo's got it now. Just makes you wonder if that first period had been a little different, what would we be looking at? Azevedo takes the shot and he scores! Pires was in front, not sure if he got a piece of it. It's a power play goal nonetheless. And Portugal will not go away. They bring it within 1 again. It's 5-4 now with 3:20 left to go in the third. All this to say, Greece is still leading. Portugal has fought and fought and fought to come back and come back and come back. And then little things, those first shifts right after the goal, proving so important. Greece has answered back every time Portugal has tried to crawl back into this one. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. You got to think if Greece can respond, that might be it. But if not, here's Pires. Tries to tie it. Moshonas says no. Under 3 to go. If there's another goal here, it may just determine which direction this game is going. You know Greece wants the response. They're not just going to play defense for 3 minutes. That's just not sustainable, and it's not smart against such an aggressive Portugal team. Pires won the body for it, didn't get the ball. There's a bump, and the hand goes up. Oh, man. And that's just a penalty you can't take. Well, hang on. Let's see. I thought it was going to be a rough. Maybe not. No? Okay. No call here. Okay, well, must have been an error because we're back at center. No icing, no penalty. 5 aside. 2:43 to go. Greece wins the faceoff. And Stavru sends it down. That one got a touch, so Creador's on it, no icing. The captain trying to spur his team to tie this one up for the first time since the beginning of the game. Pereira against Stavru. Boudreau and Stavru. Now coming in is Barbas. Gouveia swats at it. Pacheco, a blast! Deflecting up and out of play. 2:11 in the third period. Plenty of time to make something happen. That one off a Portuguese stick means it comes out of the zone. And they're resting their big guns. Expect to see that top line out in the final minute or so, minute and a half maybe. 2:11 left on the clock. They win the draw, and Pereira sends it in. Moshonas doesn't want to hold it. We keep it going. Pereira holds the line. Sends it into the corner, and no one home. That's a tough one to swallow. Gingras chasing after Pacheco. Under 2 minutes to play now. Gouveia, 3-on-2. Priador. Pacheco! Oh, that one goes wide. Greece feeling the pressure. Can they get it out? They do. Gingras again. He's got 3 Portuguese defenders. 6 coming up. Minute and a half. And Azevedo's out there. So the big gun's changing for Portugal. Gingras got it. Nice stick by Monteiro. Minute 20. Greece hanging on to a 1-goal lead. They have it behind the net. Across! Stays out. Monteiro backs it off. Pereira. He has it in front of his net. Under pressure, he's got to move. In front, scores! With a minute 2. Karvouniaris makes it 6-4 for Greece. And that just might be enough. Just a little bit too slow in your own end. You turn the forecheck on, causes the turnover. And Greece showing that they are up to the task. Keep in mind, Greece have not trailed this entire game. I know it might sound like I'm in the bag for Portugal. It's been fun watching them try to get back into this one, but the reality is Greece built a dominant lead in the first period and never surrendered it, going blow for blow the rest of the way. Final 45 seconds. Portugal's not going to give up on this one. Stavru now fighting for it in the corners. There's a shot, goes wide. 30 seconds now. Barbas. He's got it behind his own net. Sends this one to the red line. 20 seconds left. This one's all but academic. Greece jumped out to an early lead. And that is it. Portugal never quite able to complete the comeback. This one's all over. Portugal 4, Greece 6. Greece wins their opener of the tournament, and Portugal falls to 1-1. More nasty stuff at center. Barbas doesn't appreciate the shot. They're making eyes. Pontes. Now bench is starting to clear. The officials get in the middle of it. We'll see. There's still more jawing. Pontes. Durissimo pulling him off of it. Officials trying to make sure this handshake goes according to plan. Everything above board and regulation. As they line up as we wait for the announcement of the players of the game. Well fought on both sides, but at the end of the day, I remind you, Greece never trailed this one. And it really was on the back of that 3-goal first period. Come out on top of this one, 6-4. Monteiro gets the call for Portugal. He's going to make some waves in this tournament. Keep an eye on him and his team. No surprise here for Greece. Karl Gingras. Huge game for him. He was involved in pretty much everything. So there are your players of the game. And that'll do it for this one. Greece 6, Portugal 4. And what an exciting beginning to the tournament this has been. Stick with us all week here in Buffalo at the Riverworks facility as we bring you the 2023 World Masters Championship only on MVP TV.